Guys, I'm literally so excited to be doing this video right now. I am so sorry that it took me like all day to post this. I worked early in the morning. I really wanted to film the video before I went to work, but I just really didn't have time. So I am trying to get it out to you guys as soon as possible. So I do have Voreth here at rank 5. I have tested him like a fair bit throughout the day in multiplayer, and dude, I can tell you right now, he's good. He's really good. And I really don't like that people are downplaying how good this monster is, because he's very powerful. He's good in multiplayer. His main thing is wars, but he's definitely like an anti-meta pick in multiplayer, and I do think he is really good. It's just like his main utility is going to be wars, but he does have a very interesting kit. Like, his kit is just super unique, and honestly, dude, I love it. And design wise, this thing is awesome, man. Like, it's like Bloodborne, like Lovecraft, like kind of looks like some weird Stranger Things stuff. Like, it's such a cool and like just fitting design for the Abominations faction. Starting off with his trait, guys, it is very unique and I'm a huge fan of it. So first off, he does have a new trait called Eldritch. It's very similar to Abomination, but honestly is really good right now because like the really dominant monster in multiplayer does apply corruption, so he can't really be controlled by said monster. And of course, he is also in Villain's Book, and Villain's Book is a canine restrict too, so he's great for countering canine in both multiplayer and canine's main restrict. That is awesome. And as for the rest of his trait, it's weird but good. So he does come with a new status effect called Decay. So Decay is interesting. You can see what it does there. It's kind of similar to Frosted, but it actually doesn't go away until you remove it. So it's interesting. I'm a little bit disappointed that it is special damage, because obviously it's not going to be like good against certain types of monsters. And moving on, the life increase is awesome. This is actually like probably my personal favorite part of the trait. It's very rare that we get monsters with life increase. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Thundir, but I'm sure there's been a couple more over the years. But yeah, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. So he's going to have the most life in the game for a very long time. So you can't see it here, but it is active in battle. He gets like 3.2 million life, I believe it is, without any life runes or anything. So that's going to be the highest life stat for quite a while. I love that. And I'm not a huge fan of the shield, but it's okay. I'm not going to complain about it. It's here. It's just, I don't know. I don't really have anything to say about that. And as for the trait protection, honestly, that's pretty nice. He doesn't have a ton that he's protecting, but it does mean that no one can take away that life increase, and then he really just for sure can't be possessed or corrupted, which is nice. So something I find very funny about this guy, but it does actually kind of bother me at the same time, is that Social Point thinks he is a tank. He's not a tank. He has nothing that makes him a tank, literally nothing. And the dumbest part is one of his companions is literally a tank, like an actual tank with taunt. Ooh, I actually didn't look at his relic slots. I like that he has an amulet. Amulet and shield is actually great for him. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm very excited. I like just got home from work. I'm literally filming this in my work uniform right now. But yeah, it's just why? Why are we calling him a tank? He's not a tank. He doesn't have taunt, and he doesn't have mega taunt. So how is he a tank? Anyways, yeah, so for wars, of course, we are talking about his trait, Eldritch here. So he is actually in 2 of K9's restricts, which is amazing. So they both, of course, share the Villain's Book, and they both share the Dark Element. So he does actually counter K9 in 2 of his war restrictions, which is big because usually when K9's in a war, it's like that war is dominated by K9. It's like it feels like the whole thing revolves around him, and it's always like, oh, fastest canine wins. It's kind of hard to defend in wars like that unless you're going to throw on like Killomancer or something like that. So it is great to have an option against him on defense. Moving on to his skills, this guy is a very odd hybrid. So he's got like some cursing kind of skills. He's got some like attacker capabilities, and he's actually got some supportive capabilities as well. So it's weird, it's unconventional, but I actually really do love it. He's kind of like Mr. Worldwide. All they needed to do was give him some denial and he'd be set. Showing off his damage right here, this skill can be insane. Like if you're running a strength rune on him, like I am, this skill gets very, very, very high damage, especially because he has that status caster decay as well. So he's essentially removing 4 tortures from the enemy. And you can see it does do heavy special damage, so it's not like some really low damage like what Tyr does with the Torture Explosion. It does a lot of damage. It's really good. Now, do I like this gimmick? Not really, but honestly, I like this monster enough to use it, and honestly, like, it's good on him. It's nothing too crazy, but it is good. It makes him really versatile. This is definitely my favorite skill, so I usually like to open with this. The negative effect protection is awesome. That's one of my favorite status effects in the game by far. 2 random tortures and decay. That's amazing. So if you start with Kinship of the Void and then go into Sensory Rupture, there's no way the enemy is going to survive that. If they get hit by it, they're cooked. They're done for. This is where we kind of see that supportive aspect, so removing the healing buffs is kind of weird, but he does also remove debuffs as well. So I'm not 100% sure all of like what that entails, if that's just like life regen and reverse healing, which is really hyper specific. But he does reapply the life regen, so I'm not sure like why he takes it away to begin with. So honestly, like I just kind of try to ignore that top bit, at least for now, because I'm not really entirely sure what exactly that all entails. So the healing all allies by 50% and applying life regen is great. He's not a supporter, but he's got a really nice supportive skill. And the 100% life shield is really nice on top. Of course, Pierce is a big thing right now. Positive effect removal is a big thing, but it's still nice to have. It's there. It's adding to the skill. I'm not going to complain about it. I do like this skill. So this next skill is definitely the best part about his entire kit pretty much. This is insane. So the damage is good. It applies decay, but the 50% chance of instantly killing an enemy twice is insane. So the math on that is a 75% chance to kill an enemy, basically. That's the percentage chance when you hit with this skill. So that's good. That's really good. And if you don't happen to hit, you still do high damage and apply decay 1 time. So you still have that fallback of doing some damage. Yes, if you're using him as like a cursor, no strength runes, it's kind of going to be negligible, but it's still good to have. Like it's still something extra in case you do happen to miss. But 75% chance, those are good odds. Those are very good odds. So this guy is going to be really insane on war defense, since he is hard to control from K9. K9 literally just can't control him. And he has a 75% chance of taking out one of your monsters when you try to attack said base. So this monster, he's like a really versatile Bruno on crack, basically. Moving on, his awakening conditions are pretty easy. Of course, they do flop against like dodge area a lot of the time, and of course torture immunity, but generally, those are pretty easy awakening conditions. And he does get pierced when he awakens too, which is just awesome. I love that. And the control immunity is okay. It's just there. I really do like that he gets pierced though. So he's not too difficult to awaken. And then when you do awaken him, he basically, it's the same thing as this skill here. It's just stronger. It's just a better version of that skill. So yeah, overall, his awakening is pretty good. And it looks cool, bro. His awakening. Okay, I'm going to show you guys real quick in case some of you guys haven't seen it. It looks so awesome. I am just literally in love with this design. And it feels like they actually, like, I know they did the whole, oh, Ancestor jump into the air and like shoot a big thing down. The beams look cool. At least it was like a bunch of beams. And the animation looked all right. Like it wasn't just one big beam like they tend to do. So I do appreciate that they did put like a little bit more effort into it than usual, but it's still not like incredible or anything. It's still fairly basic. And finally, getting into his relic slots, they're amazing. I unfortunately am missing a citizen's armor, which is very, very, very important when running this monster on war defense. It can really make him a lot more threatening, so I really need to pick up one of those soon. If you have a citizen's armor and you're in a war that has like the potential to like get him controlled and just basically take him out that way, then obviously you want to run him with a citizen's armor. If not, like depending on their restricts, sometimes you don't need it, but unfortunately I don't have one, so I'm just doing Honor Dojo for now. If you wanted to, you could always do like a Fiery Forces armor and then do a Volcanics trap just for extra tortures that he can remove for more damage. But yeah, he's like Bruno. Basically, what I said in the Bruno video, like a couple videos ago, was that if he had a shield or armor slot, he would be insane because he has that percentage to instantly kill an enemy and he wouldn't be controllable. This monster literally is that. He is uncontrollable aside from CDA, and he has an even better version of those skills. I would say overall, like where would he place as far as like just ranking wise? I would say he's probably like around the third to fourth best monster in the game. Honin is still going to be the best monster in the game. I don't think he's better than K9, even though he does counter K9. And then I would say Dam is also still better than him. But honestly, he's like right. He's probably just right below like Dam and K9. He's very close to them. Unfortunately, I don't think Honan is going to get touched until next era. I don't think that anyone's going to like really be better than him until sometime in the next era. They might even like start it off with a bang and do like some crazy Honan counter and just completely take him out of the meta that way. We'll see. I am very excited to see what they do with him because eventually they're going to have to bring something out that just makes him irrelevant. But yeah, and I did actually want to talk about his companions really quickly. So unfortunately, I don't have either of them yet since like it literally just came out today. But I do really like one of them. This guy, he's good. He's a really solid tank. He's in C-Book, so he's a really good tank in C-Book. He shares that with Mechaduck. As I said earlier, I like his relic slots. And I really only have one problem with his skills is that the fact that he's a taunt tank that applies space-time, that makes literally no sense because I'm pretty sure he just applies space-time to himself. Actually, let's test it right now because I don't even know. Like I saw the leaks, but yeah, he applies space-time to himself. That's stupid. It just defeats the whole point of him being a tank because he's just taking himself out of the battle for a turn. That's dumb. I think the concept of that is just horrible, but I like his design and his general kit is really good. He's a fun monster. And as for this guy, I'm not 100% sure how to feel about him. He's got two very good skills. I don't think he can actually infinitely chain his extra turns, but he almost can. He's got a few really good skills. He's in Dragon Book, which is good. That's cool, I guess. But I don't think he's like particularly crazy or anything. We obviously have Charm in Dragon Book. I think he's probably like right on the level of Croconeer and Crocark, where he's just like kind of a secondary pick. Charm is always going to be your first pick in Dragon at the moment, so not a huge fan of this guy. But this one, I like him. Unfortunately, he is the later monster in the event board, so he's going to be harder for people to get, and you won't be able to rank him up as much from the event board. But I usually complete the event boards nowadays anyways to get these relics at the end. And speaking of the relic too, I wasn't a fan of it at first, but I don't remember the amount of damage that it supposedly does, but apparently it does a lot. Like, I don't remember. I don't want to say a number and potentially mislead you guys, but I remember someone saying that it will actually do a lot when fully maxed out. Actually, I wonder if I check the reliquary. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say the amount. Well, we'll see. I will probably end up getting it, so I'll definitely let you guys know on this trap. Actually, one thing I do want to mention now that we have a couple of these obsidian relics too before I wrap up the video. These are reskins, bro. Why are we just reskinning? Why do the emerald relics literally look more boring than the ancestral relics? Because, like, dude, the newer ancestral relics look amazing. They look actually incredible. And these ones just look like the old ancestral relics when they still looked boring. Like, I don't know why they're doing this, man. I should probably stop ranting. I feel like this video is probably dragged on a little bit. I'm probably getting kind of yappy. It's just, I'm very excited about this monster, and I haven't made a video in a while for you guys. So I really do apologize for that. I've just been super busy lately. It's been pretty hectic, but I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do let me know if you guys have picked up Voreth, and if you do like him. I am absolutely loving him so far, but I'm interested to hear what you guys think. So yeah, I really do appreciate you guys for watching till the end of the video, and I will see you in the next one.